You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. Just a show for three old guys.
Yeah,
just playing old games.
some old video games.
Some old PlayStation 1.
Yeah, kinda,
yeah.
Kinda.
OG PlayStation.
Kinda.
Sorta.
Maybe.
Both old and new PlayStations.
Or Nintendo Switches.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about Crash Bandicoot.
Who?
Crash Bandicoot.
Is that what he sounds like?
Yeah.
All right, sounds like an old prospector.
And to talk about it, we've brought on our most foremost cooter. That's what they call someone who's really into Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Exalted Lord Mike of Perdue.
Yo.
What's up,
good
man?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. See ya.
Wait, don't go. We just started. we need you. We need your cooter expertise.
I know all about that.
Let's hear about that. Let's start with that.
Well, there's this one time at the Louisville Arcade Expo.
Oh, now I definitely need to know.
Well, yeah, Crash Bandicoot. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But first, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. I don't really have a story or anything.
No?
No.
Anything interesting? Anything interesting happening?
It's been a fucking busy ass week.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm about to, in T-minus a few minutes, I'm going to take these sleeping pills because
Yeah.
we're recording much later than usual.
Yeah. We're recording a day earlier, too. So.
Yeah. So my fault for throwing it off from the day. So
It's no big deal. I just don't have my shit together. I just want to get in front of that and be like, all right, look, things might be a little slapped together. It's because I don't have my notes like I normally do.
Well, because we're recording on a Monday. My beautiful, wonderful wife, her birthday is tomorrow, so I wanted to be able to cook her all the foods and do all the things that we could do. We can't really go anywhere at the moment, so just didn't want to have half my day at work and then half my day recording. So yeah, we're doing it a day early.
You can't go anywhere because of the pregnancy?
Yeah.
What are you cooking?
She's over. She's right next to us. So.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not really.
You should have just gone with yeah.
I mean, let's be real. We're Western Kentucky. It's meth.
Yeah.
She loves it. Pregnancy safe meth.
Whatever keeps the lights on, right?
I'm like, we'll just eat Blue Rock candy and watch Breaking Bad. It's fine. So when this comes out, she will be her birthday plus 1 day. So
Happy birthday, Melissa. She's not there.
she's over there. She has her headphones on because she's watching Dexter, which we just finished season 4 last night.
No, you guys just feel like getting mad.
Season 4. Well, season 4 is the best season. I feel like
season 4's fine.
After 4, it's all pretty much downhill.
Which
from
one
here.
Which one's Trinity?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. So yeah, that's the last
Yep.
good season.
Yep.
I feel like.
I mean, I didn't mind season 5. I think 5 is the one with Lumen.
Ugh.
6 is the Doomsday Killer, and then the final season was.
I like Lumen okay, but
Yeah.
like that season just in general I didn't like. Like it felt to me, welcome to Dexter Cast. It felt to me like season 4 is where it should have like it ended, or they should have wrapped it up in one last season, you know,
Yeah.
instead of it being like
Because that's
I don't
Dexter.
know.
Everything Dexter's built for his identity is falling apart. So
Right.
they could have done something drastically different with 5, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I'd have been okay with that. But hey, look, I don't write TV, so what do I know?
Dexter Cast, where we all turn into lumberjacks.
or people who pirate, sail directly into hurricanes, or poison people, or all the endings at once.
Is there a Dexter virtual novel?
I hope so. I will listen to Bandersnatch, the last episode of Dexter, which I've heard that they're coming back for like a mini series, I guess maybe to try and redeem it. But that's an old rumor.
Wow.
I'd seen where Michael C. Hall had signed up for it, but feel like that was like 2 years ago.
Huh.
I'm still surprised that he It weirds me out rewatching it, knowing that he's married to old girl now.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
married to his sister.
I think
they got
they're
back together?
divorced. Or
Oh, I didn't know they got divorced.
They had gotten together during this series and close to the end split up.
right, which made it super weird, and you can totally tell. Like, isn't that like around the season where spoilers for Dexter,
yeah.
where like she figures out who he is, kind of deal?
Yeah, and she thinks she's in love with
Right.
him. Although I will give it up to that actress. The acting she does whenever she's trying to figure it out, I feel like she's drawing on that pain from their personal breakup.
Sure.
And I think she really, like, as shit as the writing is, I feel like she's the highlight of those episodes because she really knocks it out of the park with personal pain.
Yeah.
But
Her name's Deborah, right? Her
Deborah.
character's name.
Deborah.
She should have been Deborah from Everyone Loves Raymond. They should have just.
That's gonna be.
let's recast Dexter, but with sitcom actors.
Oh yes, please. Oh man, that's could be really tough. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man.
Who would make the best Dexter out of all the sitcom dads?
Fraser Crane.
Frasier's pretty good.
Niles. We have to do, but not. Yeah, they are dads. Do we have to
Just
do dads?
recast Dexter with Fraser characters.
All right. Okay. Well, the Frasier Niles dad is definitely Trinity.
Oh shit!
Who is really into train sets?
Except for I guess it doesn't have to be dads, but any sitcom like who would make a interesting Coach from Cheers.
Oh,
Make an interesting Dexter.
You know who would make a good Dexter, since he's used to drugging people, would be Cosby.
It's true. I wonder how good he is with saran wrap.
I mean, that's basically what they put on top of Jell-O anyways, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh shit!
That's a joke that would have played way differently 10 years ago.
Welcome to current year.
Yeah, I think if you go back into TADPOG, the annals of TADPOG history, I'm willing to bet at some point, like in year 1 or year 2, we're like, someone is like, yeah, I love Cosby.
Yep.
Because we've been doing this for
Probably Jacob.
that would be ideal. As long as it's not me, which it probably is, because I really loved the Cosby Show as a kid.
Well, see, I never really watched the Cosby Show, but I did watch his 70s stand up in high school a lot.
Sure,
I had a teacher who'd always play it.
Yeah.
And he had good stand up.
Yeah, for real.
So
And then kids also do say the darndest things.
yeah, yeah. I still love that Seinfeld where Jerry Seinfeld is on like Conan defending Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Like I could separate. It's fine. Commercial break comes back. Never mind. I can't. Somebody talk to me during the commercial break and say this is a really bad thing you said. Dial it back.
Yeah. I hope that it was I hope that it was Jason Alexander. Jerry! What are you doing?
You can't defend Cosby. No one can defend Cosby. I bet I can defend. No.
So,
hot take. That's a show I never got into and never liked.
Seinfeld? Oh man, Seinfeld is the best show that ever has been on television, I think.
Bold statement.
I mean, okay, I won't say it's the best show that's been on television. It's my favorite show, I think, that's been on television. It's right up there with The Office.
How do you think? Okay, Curb to Seinfeld.
That show sucks too.
Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Seinfeld's better than Curb, although I really do like Curb.
I've never seen Curb, but Office is awful.
What? Who are you?
Coming in hot.
We've enjoyed having you on, Micah.
All right. We'd like to introduce our good friend Twitter to the show.
Like I trudged through the first 2 seasons and I was like, okay, I don't get it. And then I went back to watching Lemony Snicket's.
You're talking about The Office?
Yeah.
The U.S. office or the British office?
No, the U.S. one.
Oh my God, man. Okay, well, it doesn't. Okay, look, the first season's still good.
It's not a good hook into it.
Right. The second, I hate to say it, but like second season's really where it starts to cook.
Yeah. Melissa had to plow through, and after a while, then she was really hooked. But it took like 2 attempts to get her over that hump till she was into
My
the
humps,
show.
my humps, my humps.
Yeah, that's what she always
My
sings.
lovely
That
lady lumps.
right before we watch The Office, she has to sing the whole song.
It's also
with me.
Michael Scott's
Great.
ringtone.
Oh shit! Well, that's all I gotta get.
All right, cool. I'm Dave, your bespectacled host, and I talked a lot during Tyler's thing. So,
So you're off the hook, Micah.
so yeah. What's up, Micah?
Oh yeah, I'm Micah. I've been racking my brain all day for an intro story, but I don't know. I don't really have anything. Like,
Have you run into anything crazy while putting together the events for Tadpog Prom coming up in the first weekend of March? Like what, 38 days?
Or anything now you want to go ahead and scold someone for? Go ahead, call them on the carpet right here.
Yeah, you have the floor, but we'll probably edit out.
I mean, it's hard to get an intro story that's going to live up to my last one, which was about coming on a wall.
Yeah, I was about to ask if you had a story about coming on a different wall.
You've gotten married since you came on the show. How's that going?
That's true.
I don't need a wall anymore.
Well, it's a different kind of wall.
It's a paywall.
Who did you marry exactly?
But aren't they all paywalls? No, I mean, now that it's like I've got all the firm reservations and stuff in place, it's pretty chill. Like I can kind of like step back and be like, we're like trying to get everybody and like, I need head counts. And like there for like a week, it was like every fucking 2 hours. I'm like, if you don't get on this pole and give me a head count, I'm going to drive to wherever you are and stick my foot up your ass.
How many times did you have to do that?
A lot. But, and there's people like, you know, that don't, I guess for me, like, so I sit at a fucking desk all day. Like I'm at my phone, I'm at a computer all damn day. So I'm readily available on Facebook, like to jump over and check something or send somebody a message. Then like there's people that aren't around their phone and like actually have real jobs. So some of the people like trying to get a hold of them and I'm getting frustrated and I'm like, I need to know something. And then, you know, get a message back 3 days later.
Well, tell me this. Has Brandon gotten in contact with you?
Better this year than last year.
All right. So at all. Awesome.
I sent Brandon a message, Brandon of Axley fame. I sent him a message like essentially like a week after last year's prom, and I was like, dude, you are coming back, right? Please come back, because it was really, really fun seeing him and hanging out and all that.
I mean, I may or may not have made arrangements to have cameras in his room this year.
That's a feature. You can upgrade your room at the hotel.
Pretty lively room.
That's just
that girl that Kyle Collins was pretty sure was into him. Was pretty sure that girl was into him.
I think she was pretty into anybody that was in that room.
Oh man,
seems like that type from what I've heard. Allegedly.
All right. We good? We gonna Bandicoot it?
Yeah, let me check our ratings. Yeah, they're good. We're good. We're good on intro. We can move into the game talk.
All right. You hear that, Dave?
Nope.
Okay.
I have a gun.
Bye everybody. You know, it's like the See in his shadow. Like if Dave doesn't hear that,
there's no show.
There's no podcast.
It's over.
No podcast for another week.
Man, I like having that groundhog control. That's pretty great. That's pretty awesome.
Was your groundhog named Bill Murray?
Yeah, just Bill.
How long do you think he was trapped in the groundhog dimension?
I don't know, man. It's hard to measure time. Time's a flat circle.
Because I saw that Harold Ramis's original plan was like 1,000 years.
Really?
100 to 1,000 years.
And then like all the other movies that Bill Murray is in actually take place in the Groundhogiverse. And like they're in real time. So like Scrooged, that happens while he's in the Groundhogiverse.
So speaking of Bill Murray characters in different movies, have you seen the this is going to be a completely different tangent. The group of girls that dress up every year as characters of a certain person, like across the movies.
I saw the Tom Hanks one where
they've done Tom Hanks. I looked it up. I was showing somebody at work the other day. Tom Hanks, Johnny Depp, Jim Carrey, Bill Murray. So each person is a different, like Bill Murray character from a different movie.
That's awesome. How many ladies are there?
7 or 8.
Pretty big group.
Mm-hmm.
They should. They should do somebody who's not in. You can
link. Just look. If you want to link it, just if you Google search like Bill Murray Halloween costume character dress up or something like that, like Just get some of them keywords in there. You'll find it.
Yeah, yeah,
Bill Murray Halloween Girl.
yeah.
I think the most recent one was Tom Hanks, though, because they had like Castaway, Big, League of Their Own. I'm forgetting Tom Hanks movies right now.
She was David S. Pumpkins.
Yep.
Nice.
Although very
So
recently, our friend of the show, Maxine, posted her Halloween costume this last year, and she was sexy Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
All right. What was sexy about the Mr. Edgar
Pretty
Allan
much his
Poe?
boobs and belly on
Boobs and belly?
on mustachio raven, everything Edgar Allan Poe.
That Raven had a rack.
Dave, you hear that yet?
What is what
I don't know. Sound of the Bandicoot makes.
What's the
that?
the sound of the tiki match?
So
Or
it is-
tiki
Ooh-da-ba-ga.
mask?
Ooga blah.
Ooh-da-ba-ga.
Ooga blah. I do hear that, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Saw His Shadow. Okay, guys. Just kidding. It's Dave reads some Wikipedia. Crash Bandicoot is a franchise of platform video games. The series was created by Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin during their tenure at Naughty Dog for Universal Interactive Studios and Sony Computer Entertainment. The series was originally exclusive to the PlayStation family of video game consoles. The series has appeared on multiple platforms and gone through various developers and spans numerous games. We are specifically talking about Crash Bandicoot 1, which came out in 1996. It's the first installment of the game, of the series, chronicling the creation of the title character at the hands of series antagonist Dr. Neo Cortex. Now, actually, if we could cast Crash Bandicoot as sitcom stars, that would be ideal.
Like Mullet Frazier is Neo Cortex.
Mullet Frazier, 100%. Like Frazier from Cheers is 100% Neo Cortex. And his henchman, Dr. Nitrous Brio. The story follows Crash as he aims to prevent Brio and Cortex's plans for world domination and rescue his girlfriend, Tawna, a female bandicoot, also evolved by Brio. Brio? I don't know. And Cortex. Micah, you play this game a lot. Is it Brio or Brio?
Tomato.
All right. So it doesn't matter. No one cares.
Yep.
Okay. And
Alchemist.
yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Crash Bandicoot.
So what is everybody's history with this game as a PS1 classic?
Let's start with Micah. I'm curious.
So I don't remember when I got it. If it was like one of those things where I saved up and bought it, or if it was a gift or what.
Was it pre
But-
coming on a wall or post coming on a wall?
Oh,
We measure all
96.
we measure all things in time by when you came on a wall.
Oh, hang on. So 96, I would have been. That was freshman year, so I would have been out of that house. So post
All right,
wall.
let it be written.
So it is done.
I was on the good side of the Trump wall.
Did you play this? Did you play it when it first came out, like in '96?
Yeah, so I can remember the whole reason I got a PlayStation was to play this game and to play
Twisted
people
Metal.
are people are gonna get pissed though. Final Fantasy, not 7, 8 maybe.
That is a game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember when that came out
I wouldn't
though.
be. I wouldn't be pissed off for that. I bought Brave Fencer Musashi just to play the demo of
The
Final
demo.
Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
So
Hey man, I like Final Fantasy VIII. A lot of people don't like it, but I liked it.
Yes, I didn't have a PlayStation at launch, but I can remember specifically buying the PlayStation for those two games.
I bought mine for Final Fantasy VII. Like
Yep, me
my
too.
PlayStation was bought. I saved up money to buy it for Final Fantasy VII. That's the one game that I played at a friend's house for like a month, and then it was like, man, this is a long game. I should probably just get a PlayStation and buy this. So that happened eventually.
But the biggest thing for me, like I remember, so my OCD kicks in when I play a game like this, or like that's why it's taking me so long to play through fucking Red Dead right now, is because I want to get all the shit that I can. Like that's the nice thing for me that I've kind of dipped my toe in speed running with like Mario that we did on like the charity stream, the Experience Grind charity stream and stuff like that, is like it takes away that completionist, because otherwise I need to go through and I need to collect every fucking box and every fucking gem, like, and that I drive myself crazy with it.
Yeah, I can't play like, I don't know. I'm really glad that you brought up Red Dead 2, because I was thinking about this playing Crash Bandicoot and earlier today, where it's like this game came out really, really close to Mario 64. Like they came out within 2 months of each other, which I think is really interesting, because like they're two different takes on 3D platforming. Mario 64 is kind of this open world, kind of sorta ish. I mean, it's a hub world that's connected to other worlds, you know. And Crash Bandicoot is like very linear, where it's like here's a world map with a path, and you go from dot to dot to dot on that path. But once you enter a level, it is a linear level where there's a start and a finish. There are things that you have to collect in it, but you don't really have to collect stuff to progress. All you have to do is get to the end of that level. You have to beat, if it's a boss fight, you have to beat that boss. If it's a platforming level, you just got to get to the end of it. You can collect things on the way, but you don't have to collect things in order to progress. It's not like it's not a collect-a-thon. It's not. I was thinking about Banjo-Kazooie when I was playing this too, where it's like, man, it is nice to not have to, or Donkey Kong 64. It's like, it is nice to not have to like worry about, oh God, how many bananas do I have to collect before I can move on to this gated section of the game? And
except for like Mario 64 broke new ground, where Crash Bandicoot was like, let's take Donkey Kong Country and level it up.
yeah, it is like a mix. It does feel like a mix of like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario Brothers, and it's like one of the very first things I never played. We didn't even talk about your first experience of the game or mine, but my first experience with the game was seeing the commercial with the guy dressed up as Crash Bandicoot with a megaphone yelling at the Nintendo of America building, saying, "Hey, plumber boy, mustache man." And then he gets escorted out by a security guard. And it's like, I remember seeing that commercial and being like, that's pretty good. That's pretty funny, but I don't own a PlayStation yet, so I'm not going to play it. And then when I got a PlayStation, it was like, all right, here's my Final Fantasy machine. Let's see. I got Final Fantasy 7. I rent Tactics a lot. I got Final Fantasy 8. I got Final Fantasy 9. What more do I need on this thing?
You pretty much my PlayStation experience as well.
I rented the Masters of Terras Kasi, I think it's called, the Star Wars fighting game. I can't remember the exact.
We got to do that at some point.
I would love to do that game. Because like that. I
want to bring on John and Ian and do that game.
Yes, please. I have stories about that. So my first experience with Crash Bandicoot was actually playing it last night on Twitch for the first time on a Nintendo Switch. And I got to tell you, man, playing this game, I played the Insane Trilogy version. Also really insensitive. It's mentally ill trilogy. But I played it and it felt really dirty playing Crash Bandicoot on a Nintendo console, like in the really good way, like in the best possible way. It's like, where are you, Crash Bandicoot? Tell me where you are.
Where am I right now, Crash Bandicoot? Tell me where I am.
Tell me where I am, Crash. That's right, we're on a Nintendo console. So what was your first experience with the game, Tyler?
I remember I played this originally with Brandon of Axelay fame. He owned this before I did. We used to play it a lot together. So after I played it a lot at his house, I went out and got a copy.
The podcast you guys did in 1996.
Yeah. 1996. Whenever I was I 12? Yeah, I was 12. I had Masturbate for the first time. Also met Melissa in 96.
All right.
And played Crash Bandicoot. It's a pretty big year.
It is a pretty big year. What season of Friends was that?
Shit. I don't know. I know it was current TV though.
I didn't mean to stump you.
So was ER.
I figured you were just going to be like, bam, this happened.
I mean, pretty early.
Was that pre-wall or post-wall for you?
Yeah.
Post bed runners that I had back then. Post Josh's carpet.
We haven't talked about Josh's carpet in a long time.
Brennan and I played this extensively. I ended up beating it. I think he did too. But we were very into it, where we would our joke in church was during prayer going, "Oh, do we got?" And Brandon he laughs with his shoulders.
Yeah.
So whenever I would say it, his shoulders would get going, the whole pew would shake, and everybody would be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That's a pretty good 12-year-old joke.
Yeah.
Where it's like no setup, no punchline. It's It's just gibberish from a video game.
So we went to Florida was it that year or was it a few years later? But we went to Florida, and that's when we found what looked like that mask, the Crash Bandicoot.
The tiki mask.
The tiki
thing?
mask, thank you. Tiki mask on a man. It was like a coconut carved man that Brendan bought. Originally we call it, like I said, it was Rutabaga, and he was like, what do we call it? Cockpata. Cock butter. Cockpata. Make some cockpata. It's like, all right, that's his name, cockpata. And Brendan had cockpata for a very long time in his room.
What's the name of the mask? Is it Uka?
Oh, I do not remember.
Because there's an evil mask too. You guys have got to explain the story of Crash Bandicoot to me, because here's my experience with the game. I'm like, all right, I sit down, I start it up, and there's this scene with Dr. Neo Cortex, presumably, and his henchmen, and they are in a laboratory, and there's a big wall of cages with like a koala in there and a tiger and all that, and then there's a door to one of the cages labeled Bandicoot that's open, and then you see Crash strapped into a chair, and they pull this giant lever, and the chair moves up into this round machine, and then something goes wrong, and then Crash gets away, and then they move in on Crash's the lady coot.
Mm-hmm.
And
lady coot.
The lady coot.
Need some lady coot.
And then the game starts. And
well, see, what they don't show you is Neo Cortex found that door that leads between our reality and the dinosaur reality, where dinosaurs survived the meteor hitting the Earth and eventually evolve into what you see in the Mario movie, the Mario Brothers movie. So he went through, stole the evolution machine from Bowser.
The de-evolution gun.
Right. So that's what he's using on these bandicoots and all these animals. He's evolving them to have intelligence.
I see.
So Crash Bandicoot takes place in the Super Mario Brothers movie universe.
Okay, perfect. That's just what I wanted. Which does make sense, because like the first enemies in the game are essentially turtles and piranha plants.
Yeah, I told you.
There's
Makes perfect sense.
I should have looked it up before we started, but the best I remember, that second mask, like the evil mask that you get on that continue screen.
Yeah, game over. There's like evil mask is like game over.
I want to say that if you collect every gem and you go through and you 100% it, like there's an alternate ending to the game where that mask is involved. Because I know that mask comes back in like Crash 2 or Crash 3. It's been a while since I've played either one of those either. But I want to say that there's an alternate ending if you 100% the game where that mask is involved, but I could be making that shit up in my head too. So
Aku.
Well, 101% and you unlock General Leo, so
it is true. Yeah, you do have to send in a DNA sample to Naughty Dog though before they unlock them for you. Aku is the name of the good mask, and I think Uka is the name of the evil mask.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Makes sense.
But yeah, other than that, I do not know why I don't know how they're involved. Because it wasn't explained. It's not explained in the game.
Yeah, other than them being like some sort of good and evil nature spirits, because he basically functions. Okay, I'm gonna draw parallels with this and Donkey Kong Country.
Okay, Donkey. All right, you got to take a jump. You got to tie Donkey Kong Country to Frasier, and then tie Frasier to Crash Bandicoot.
Well, I mean, Frasier's dad, not Marty. Marty Crane is Cranky Kong.
Okay.
So then we have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are
now I just want
Frasier and Niles.
I just want to see Cranky Kong in his chair.
So, but here the thing is, Cranky Kong who's the sexy Kong?
Daphne.
Well, Daphne or Roz? Which one is which one would be the sexy Kong? Because there's Dixie Kong and then there's Candy Kong. Kong's
Daphne. Has to be.
Okay, then Dixie Kong is Roz?
She has to be Roz, yeah, because she works with Frasier, who's Donkey Kong.
Okay.
And then later with Niles, which doesn't make sense. It starts to fall apart. Don't think about it too hard.
Because I feel like it was heavily inspired by Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Because instead of Diddy Kong, instead of your backup hit, you get the mask. And then instead of doing like the front roll forward, he spins around in a circle. You progress through the map the same way, only 3D through Donkey Kong. Instead of barrels, it's all about fucking boxes. You gotta get these fucking boxes. It's very important. Boxes.
I heard-
boxes with your lives, boxes with fruit instead of bananas, whatever the fucking mangoes or shit is in that.
The Wampa fruit. I
Wampa
believe.
fruit.
Wampa fruit. Which they just look like apples. But from what I understand, this game, when it was first designed, didn't have crates in it. And it was decided, hey, this game is kind of boring. And then they added crates to the game, and the crates are a huge deal. The crates are actually where Crash gets his name, Crash Bandicoot. Before the crates, he was Willy the Wombat. That's not a joke. He was Willy the Wombat, and I guess they decided to name him Crash after the crates because he smashes crates open, crashes into them, I guess, and then I guess
He smashes crates. What do we call him? Crash.
I guess Crash the Wombat didn't have the good ring to it, so they were like Crash Bandicoot. Which is a real animal, as it turns out. I didn't know that.
Crash Echidna. No, there's already one of those. Damn it. Crash Axolotl? No. That's for Animal Crossing. We're not going to touch that one yet.
What we need to get all of the video game marsupials and put them in a game together. You got Crash Bandicoot. You got Roger from Tekken. You got Knuckles, the echidna. That's a marsupial, right?
You've got no, not marsupial. Let's say Kuma, but that's a bear.
Akuma from Street Fighter. He is totally a marsupial. Did you know that if you beat Akuma, if you perfect Akuma in his first appearance of the game, a tiny Akuma comes out of his pouch. You have to fight him.
Like, I can't even imagine this game without the boxes, though, because it factors in so much, and especially if you go back into like the time trials. When you're running the time trials, like that's how you shave off like seconds on the time trial is smashing certain boxes. Like that's where the masks are. That's where the checkpoints are. I mean, yeah,
it's how you get all your power ups. So, I mean, look, I didn't even get past the first island. Well, I barely got past the first island because I played this game for the first time, and it was like I got some issues that I want to talk to you guys about.
Yeah, come on.
Crash Bandicoot. All right, first of all, I want to say, yeah, I think you're right. It felt like a souped up Donkey Kong Country to me. Like, it felt like they were definitely pulling inspiration from Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario. But I mean, that makes sense to me because it's like Donkey Kong Country came out like 2 years prior, and Donkey Kong Country was really hot when it came out. So that makes sense. And it's like Donkey Kong Country was like not 3D at all, but it had like pre-rendered 3D sprites into 2D. So it's like I can see there's that connective tissue there. And then of course Mario, the king of platformers at the time. I mean, obviously from that commercial that Sony did, where it's like we're gonna take Mario to task.
Because Crash was the PlayStation mascot for a little while, right?
Kinda, I guess. Kinda.
Because I can't think what are all of PlayStation's mascots? Because I feel like Crash and that one dude,
Tony Hawk.
Spyro.
That's a good one.
I missed out on Spyro. I missed out on a lot of PlayStation games.
I've never played Spyro or Sly Cooper.
They just did I want to play both of them.
I've got a Sly Cooper collection on the Vita, but I haven't.
I just got the Spyro collection from Master Mode's giveaway.
See, I want to get that. So maybe we should do a Spyro episode and I'd love to play Sly Cooper as well. Also, we got to get in the Parappa as well. I mean, like, there's a whole bunch.
We've been wanting to do Parappa since we surprised Chandra.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of PlayStation games that I want to do. But the problem with it is PlayStation games are longer generally than NES.
Yeah, because there are a lot of PlayStation games I think we would get really good response from, but they'd be such a slog to try and find and do. I think Parasite Eve would be huge, but man, that'd be a fucking game for us to try and get through.
So there's no way I could do a PlayStation list.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I could do like one after another PlayStation.
Yeah,
PlayStation games are one of those where it's like, let's just sprinkle them in as we go. I really want to do.
That's right in that era where they're hard to go back to, that early 3D shit. Like
Twisted Metal, going back to it now looks awful.
See, Twisted Metal, I never played Twisted Metal, but Twisted Metal 2 on the, I got down on that. But I haven't played it in a long time.
Going back to 7 and 8, I feel like it's going to be really hard. Because I want to do those games too. Yeah.
I was about to say, they made 7 and 8 Twisted Metals. They made 8
there
Twisted Metals.
There are a fuck ton of Twisted Metals, don't get me wrong.
How twisted can it get?
Broken off metal.
Oh my
We twisted it too much.
How many ice cream trucks can you fit in one game? So, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of PlayStation games. Obviously, Suikoden I want to do. Vandal Hearts I want to do. I mean, there's a whole bunch of...
Yes, we get 1, 2, 3, Vandal Hearts.
Whole bunch of long-ass PlayStation games that I really want to play. But it's tough because we got to work in a weekly format. So,
I mean,
Especially if they have bridge levels.
yeah, thank you for bringing it back to Crash Bandicoot. I was about to complain about the game. Thank you, Micah. I want to, first of all, say, generally, I liked this game. I liked playing this game. It was addictive, and I liked that it had a quality, an addictive quality to it that I really liked, and that's because it's linear. The levels are linear, and I'll get fatigued playing an open world game. Like I love Mario 64, which did come out 2 months prior to Crash Bandicoot. I love Mario 64. But man, games like Mario 64, I get fatigued playing them after a while because it's like when I'm left to my own devices and I'm like, I have to like try to figure things out on my own. It just uses more brain power, and it gets to a point where it's like, I need to take a break.
I get tired of those games real fucking quick.
So it's not just me. I'm really glad.
Odyssey is the only one that really sucked me in and I really enjoyed playing. But like all of those games, Mario 64 is the only one of that era that I could play for very long without just getting bored or kind of just, I don't know, the open world 3D platformers, collectathons really didn't pull me in.
It's not for me.
It was all the fucking ones we did on that.
I know.
N64 list.
All the rare N64 games were like really, really tough. Crash Bandicoot is the opposite of that. It is very much like playing a 2D platformer, but it's just in 3D. And because of that, it has problems.
There's an end to each level. Like you're not looking for your next task. You've got something that's coming up to end, and you know where you're going next. Like there's a finality to each level.
Yeah, there's a goal, right? Like each level like has its own individual goal, and so I like that. I appreciate that, and that's more like akin to older SNES platformers. But I do feel like the camera, you cannot move the camera in the game. Ever.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a really big problem because
when you're fighting perspective in
exactly, man. Like the depth perception is like really, really hard to nail because it's like there are levels where it's like, and I will say this, it's cool that they vary the kind of levels. And this also kind of felt like Donkey Kong Country to me a little bit because the game reuses a lot of elements, but it feels varied. Like for instance, starting out, essentially you're playing these levels where the camera is behind Crash and slightly above. And you'll play a few levels like that, and then you'll jump on turtles, you'll spin into crates, you'll figure out how the basics of Crash works. And then they'll change it up, and now all of a sudden, it is very much like a traditional 2.5D platformer where the camera is like on Crash's side and it's pulled way out. And you're just, essentially playing Kirby 64, but it's Crash Bandicoot. And then they will also do this thing where the camera will be in front of Crash, and like specifically when you're like running away from giant balls of death, a la Indiana Jones, the camera's in front of Crash, and it's like you have to like anticipate like where you have to jump and stuff like that. So they're constantly from level to level changing where the camera is, but they never change it on you inside the actual level, which is problematic because there are times, dude, where it's like when the camera is behind Crash and I'm trying to jump away from the camera onto a platform, it's like I have no idea how far away that platform is. Is it the relatively 6 feet away or 3 feet away? I have no idea. And the only gauge I have is Crash's shadow.
Yep.
So what that means is like I feel like I'm overcommitting to every jump, and it's like when I see his shadow appear on the other platform, I'm like, oh, okay, now I need to adjust and try to pull back, and it never works. It's always like, okay, here's a jump. I'm going to fail it the first time, and I just need to kind of remember where it is on the second time. And I don't like that. That wasn't fun.
Oh, another Donkey Kong parallel. Because in Donkey Kong, you start off in a jungle, and as you progress, it gets increasingly industrial. Same thing in Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I noticed that in Island 2, at the very beginning, it is like industrial. It's like got like lava flows and pipes and stuff like that. So
Up until it's sheer metal buildings and all sorts of shit.
Is that right?
Yeah, the
closer to
closer you get
Neocortex.
to Cortex's castle, it gets more industrial.
okay, that's cool. I mean, I like that, and I'm glad that they vary the islands up, because by the end of the first island, I was kind of getting tired of the tropical atmosphere, because it was kind of one of those where it's like, okay, I mean, you're reusing a lot of assets here, and I'm kind of not digging the music, because it's very much like Paul, Ruby Bear and Paul Kahlua, What's Paul Playing Today, and Loaded Cart Gaming. He was in Twitch chat, and there's a part in the game where it's like he and I both thought that somebody's iPhone was ringing. Because like I had the headset off, and it's like in the distance I was like, is someone calling Nikki? And I was really worried, because like people only call us when there's an emergency, essentially. And then I realized, oh, it's Crash Bandicoot. All right, let's play this iPhone game.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say about this game? Fucking, it fled me.
Sleep meds are kicking in early, huh?
So one of the nice things that I like about it is like you said, the level changes, so it's a constant adjustment to how the level's laid out. But the boss battles are all, for the most part, entirely different. Like each one has their own set pattern.
Yeah.
And so it takes you a time or two to go in and, hey, what's the pattern that I need to get past this boss? Like each one has a different element to it. Now, there isn't, I think it would add another layer, and I can't remember. Like I said, I haven't played 2 and 3 in a while. Like if they were like more along the lines of whatever their stage is, so to speak.
How do you mean?
So like the Ripper-Roo guy that you were bouncing around with the TNT boxes.
Another marsupial.
I like how that incorporates like the TNT boxes coming down the waterfall. Like there's another one later on where all you do is the guy's shooting a gun at you, and you just hide until the gun goes away, and then you go spin him.
He looks like a boss from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of the weasels with a Tommy gun.
Oh man, I missed that boss fight. What island is that on? Like 2 or 3?
That's closer to the end.
Yeah, I want to say it's at the beginning of 3.
I want to finish this game. I do. I want to finish it. I liked it enough where I want to keep playing it. There is like, and Micah, I'm glad you brought up the boss fights, because I only fought, I think, 3 bosses. I fought like I think the guy's name is Paducah, like the tribal chief, and who has a big staff that he swings around, shows you his butt crack every now and then.
Yeah.
Your typical Paul Blart in native chief.
Yeah, that'd be Kevin James in the movie.
Yeah,
Recast him.
100%. And then there's the kangaroo that we talked about, and it's like. And there's also, I fought a giant muscle-bound koala bear named Koala Kong. Right, exactly.
I saw that there's a trick to Koala Kong in that you can jump under the rock that he throws and basically switch places and get into the background with him, and then just... You can only hit him after he throws the big rock, but you're basically
Which
safe.
takes forever.
You just stand there until he throws it and spin and hit him, and then it just takes super easy at that point.
After last night's Twitch stream, I raided somebody. I was looking for somebody who was also playing Crash Bandicoot, and I found this speedrunner who was playing it. I was like, all right, we all saw me do this game super fucking slow. Let's see somebody who's trying to beat his personal record. So we go in there, and it was perfect because he is essentially like right where I stopped. So
nice.
Where he's like fighting Koala Kong, and it's like he tries to do that. And he failed to do it, but it was one of those where it's like, man, I wish I could have seen that. So it's nice. I didn't even know what he was trying to do. I just remember him saying, oh, I fucked that up. That's going to cost me like 15 seconds or something like that. Micah, you said the speedrun record for this is like what, 45 minutes or something like that?
There's 2 different ones. There's like the original PlayStation version that was like 42, 43 minutes. That was on the speedruns. That website you showed me whenever we were looking up the Mario speedruns.
Yeah, speedrun.com.
Yeah, and then there is like the one with the Insane Trilogy. I guess because there's certain glitches that are available in that version that aren't in this version, and vice versa.
I see. Either way, that's a very short amount of time. Considering
I watched the Games Done Quickly. somebody did it on that from like 2016, 2017, and he finished it in like an hour and 4 minutes or something. Like, and he was complaining that he was missing some jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah, it took me 4 hours to get through Island 1. So, all right, I think you're doing pretty good, everybody.
I went back through and watched my videos a little bit at work today and added up the time, and it was 3 hours and 48 minutes from start to finish.
I'm gonna link that.
I'm sure I could cut that down if I didn't, between pause screens and getting up to get something to drink and that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna link that in the show notes. Both our streams of Crash Bandicoot, so people can see what it's like to struggle. And then people can also see what it's like to leisurely play through the game and be able to get a drink and not worry about, oh, God, I got to play this fucking bridge level for 40 more minutes.
Oh, because aren't there two bridge levels, I think, in the whole game?
Yes.
And the second one's even nastier.
There's only two? I'm relieved that there's only two because, let me draw another Donkey Kong Country parallel. I was drawing this last night when I was playing, and I was like, because Micah was in there helping me out. Thank you, Micah. And when he told me that there was more than one bridge level, I was like, okay, so essentially the bridge levels in Crash Bandicoot are the minecart levels in Donkey Kong Country. Because it's like, there aren't a whole lot of these, but every now and then you're going to be stuck on a thing that's completely different from the rest of the game.
It's what the speedrunners that I saw would just jump on the rope on the bridge.
That's what Micah taught me. But the problem was getting on the rope. So there's probably a good 20 minutes of me like, all right, try to jump on the rope. Whoop, then I fell off the bridge.
From what I saw in the Insane Trilogy, it's much harder than on the original PlayStation version.
Is that right?
Because you have a rectangular hitbox in the first one that lets you jump on top pretty easily, but it's a pill-shaped hitbox in the Insane Trilogy, and that makes it much harder to.
It makes sense because your feet, the base isn't a flat line, with a larger area. I didn't know that. That makes me feel a little better, even though I know that Micah could do it. There is dude, I tried to jump. Okay, so this level is straight up one of those levels where the camera is positioned behind Crash up and above, and you're just going over a rickety wooden bridge. Imagine Temple of Doom style Indiana Jones with alligators and shit in the river below. It's straight up like that. It's just a rope bridge with wooden planks, and a bunch of those planks will break out from under your feet. Every now and then, just a warthog will come charging down. I mean, it is just absolutely.
You have ice planks sometimes that are slippery and shit.
That must be
that's the second one.
Yeah, thank God I didn't get to that. I will eventually, but that was a true struggle.
The thing that annoys me, and the reason why I started fucking with running on the ropes, is those warthogs, because throughout the entire game, you're taught by the game to jump on stuff or to spin stuff to get, and those warthogs, you cannot kill them. They don't die unless you have a tiki mask invincibility.
You have to get 3 tiki masks to become invincible.
Which I didn't like being invincible because it's whenever I get invincibility on the bridge, it was oh, I'm going to fall to my death. Because this
it makes you want to go fast.
Exactly. And it was one of those where I couldn't figure out, is my speed actually different? Is Crash
I think
any
you
faster?
are faster.
It feels faster, but I didn't know if that was a psychological effect,
Just because me watching the speedrunners, whenever they would do little hops when they weren't, but they would just run straight when they were invincible.
Okay. Then that would lead me to believe that you are faster because dude, it got to the point where it's I'm not getting any more tiki masks because I don't want to be invincible on this bridge of fucking death where my biggest foe to defeat is gravity. Man, that bridge level was seriously painful.
My strategy, and especially playing it yesterday, is to stockpile as many extra lives as I can, because at one point, once I got to the third island, there was probably five or 6 stages left. I was up to 44 extra lives. And Ashley was watching me play, and she made the joke, "You've got a lot of extra lives." I was like, "Yeah, and I'm going to need all of them." And then by the time I got to the final boss, I was down to 9.
Damn.
Because there's one level where you literally don't have a checkpoint until you're almost at the end of the level. It gets ridiculous.
And I think if you want to actually save your progress, you have to do it through a bonus game.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to collect...
They serve as checkpoints as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
the Cocoa bonus games, or you have to collect 3 Cocoa heads, or what's the Brio? You can collect 3 Brio heads, or you can collect three cortex heads, and each bonus area is different based off of which icon you collected the three of. Like the Cocoa ones are typically pretty easy. They may have a TNT box or something thrown in there. The Brio ones will have more jumps and more hazardous boxes. And then I want to say, I don't think it's any time in Crash 1 that I remember, and maybe Crash 2 when you start getting the Nitro boxes.
What are nitro? What are
the
nitro
green
boxes?
nitro boxes? So on a TNT box, you jump on it, you get the timer that counts down from 3, and then it'll explode
In a huge explosion, a huge
Right.
radius.
The nitro boxes are, if you touch them, you're dead instantly. It's like a green nitro box. It's an instant explosion, essentially.
Okay.
You don't even have to jump or spin them. It's just touch them. But that may not be until Crash 2. I may be getting my games confused.
I didn't encounter any in Crash 1, but I didn't make it past. I didn't do any of Island 2 and 3. Okay.
Because that's another thing that changes it once you go from, like, Crash 1 is the hardest game in the series, in my opinion. Crash 2 and then Crash 3, you get more moves. So you add a double jump at one point. You add like a ground pound where you jump up in there and then you press your circle button and he'll slam do a belly flop onto the ground. You add a crawl button. You add a slide button. So it progressively gets better and you have a better moveset. So I think that makes the game easier.
In Crash 1, pretty much all you can do is run, jump, and spin. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? And ride a warthog when one is provided to you.
Mm-hmm. Although he leers at it like he's gonna fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think he's gonna fuck that warthog.
100%. Yeah. And he wiggles his eyebrows.
They escalate that too, because in the later games you get,
he does
like,
fuck it.
That's what's
it's
the
like the
insane
first
trilogy.
episode of Black Mirror.
Spoilers.
Prime Minister Bandicoot has to fuck that pig.
That's the only way to save Coco. Or she gets turned into bacon.
Plot twist: the pig is Pumbaa.
But you like the upstream river levels. Like you have a jet ski that you can use on those.
This is in 2?
Or 2 or 3.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's not in 1.
No, not in 1.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the game gets progressively easier because you're given more tools to use, more movesets and stuff like that.
Well,
one is just ridiculously hard.
Because I remember struggling to beat 1, but I didn't have much trouble with 3. I don't know if I even played 2.
If I ever get through 1, I'll play the others. I mean, they're on the Insane Trilogy, so I mean, I might as well. Right. I think I got that for $16. It was one of those where it was like Best Buy had it on sale, and then on top of that, I got like 20% off, and it was like I got a physical copy for $16. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
So it broke my rule of like not buying a game that I'm not immediately going to play. Mm-hmm. But hey, in this case, it worked out.
It's a big deal like that, and we do it for the show. It's a little more.
That's right. That's how I justified it. But it paid off. I want to finish Crash, so yeah. I mean, for real, it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, it's hard. It is. People had told me that the game was hard, but it's kind of one of those where it's like, well, how hard can it be? It doesn't feel impossible. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's one of the things that lends itself to feel like it's addictive, because it's like, it's difficult, yeah, but it doesn't feel impossible. It feels achievable, and that makes me want to play it more. That makes me want to finish it, because I know that I'm going to be challenged to do it, but I feel like I can do it if I just put the time in and get better at the game. So I like that, and I do think that is like, that's a kind of game that still exists today, but I feel like that's getting rare, you know what I mean? So it's nice when I kind of come across a game where it's like, okay, yeah, I can kind of sink my teeth into this for a while, and feel challenged.
And it gives you some sort of feeling of accomplishment. I mean, like, just watching you last night on the road to nowhere, the bridge level, like struggling on it for as long as you did, and then finally finishing it, you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking badass at this game now.
No, I think I just laid down. I think I laid down for a few seconds because I was exhausted. But yeah, I was definitely relieved to be done with the road to nowhere. That's for sure. We haven't talked about Crash himself really at all. He's kind of
orange.
Yeah, he's like a furry orange triangle with jorts and a mohawk. And
very
He's
nice.
John Cena.
He's very 1996.
yeah, he is very 1996. His design was changed in the Japanese version because I guess he looked too menacing and extreme. They made his mouth smaller.
He's the Japanese businessman, and
They made his mouth smaller, and they gave him Pac-Man eyes in the Japanese art. So instead of having like his cartoonish eyes, he's got how Pac-Man has smaller Pac-Man for eyes. That's what he's got.
wow.
For pupils.
He's like bending the ink machine. He's got I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. So it's we had a few jokes at Crash's expense, like he looks like he is the front runner of a really shitty ska band, stuff like that. Because he does. He looks like he's like a Real Big Fish cover band or something like that.
But that being said, I like the music and sound effects in this game a lot, especially the sound effects.
The sound effects are good because they lend itself. Playing this game kind of felt like playing a cartoon. It's very cartoony. The way that Crash dies, like when he falls off a ledge, you know how like Mario will pop back up like that, and you'll see like he's like, yeah, he's pulling a face, When Crash falls down, like his shoes fly up, and it's when he dies via flame, he turns into like ash and crumbles. So it's very cartoony, and the sound
it's
effects.
fun. The game is just. It can be difficult, and it has its like as you get in, you get darker and more mechanical. But like it's a bright, fun, colorful game. I liked it as a kid, and I was entertained watching it as an adult.
Do you think? And this is, I just kind of made this connection because of like the cartoon bend, because it does feel like playing a cartoon, more specifically like a Looney Tune. Do you think that Crash spins because Taz, the Tasmanian Devil, spins? Because I mean, it does.
Pretty close.
It feels like
he feels a little like Taz anyway. So
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go.
It's Donkey
there
Kong
was
Country
that
with the
Bugs
Tasmanian
Bunny
Devil.
Easter egg.
There's a Bugs Bunny Easter egg.
No, not at all.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, man. I got excited. I was like, all right, we're connecting universes. Was Crash Bandicoot and Who Framed Roger Rabbit 2? Who Framed Roger Rabbit again?
Well, we haven't talked about, let's see, what's his name of the boss, the second in command? He's like the alchemist. He's just...
Brio?
Brio, yeah.
Brio.
He's just mixing potions and throwing them at you.
Yeah, see, I didn't experience this.
He's the only boss that has an alternate form.
Oh, shit. Does he drink one of his potions?
Yep.
And he turns into a behemoth or something like that?
There you go.
Awesome.
You called it.
Yay! So he's essentially one of the kids from Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah. And then Neo Cortex is flying around, and you just knock his blaster shots back at him.
Okay.
And I think he has a second form, I want to say, but you can skip it if you got all the gems. Like, it just makes it where you don't have to fight. If you get all the gems in the game, which require getting all the boxes on every level.
Essentially, you have all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, again, sort of lending from all the platformers of
Sure.
the first era. Yeah. Am I right
Yeah,
on that,
I think
Micah?
that's how you. So when I beat it, you knock the green orbs back at him, and then it gives you the finish. But I think there is a second form if you get all the emeralds and
there's
gems.
more? Okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to, like, there's videos, but I don't want to do a video in the middle of the call. But there's a
Let's just watch a video. Let's all just watch a video.
there's alternate ending where if you collect all the gems, because there's a level there right before you go to fight Cortex, there's a level called the Great Hall. And so when you load that level up, you can basically just run straight to the end of it, like jump one gap. But all the little diamond and gems and stuff are to your right. And then assuming if you have all of those gems, you can ride those platforms all the way over to the end and access the alternate ending.
Okay, see, I like that. I like that it is optional. This is not a thing that
And
you
then-
have to do.
There's certain gem paths, if you pay attention while you're playing through the game, like you'll see like a gem, but it's not solidified to where, like, if you don't collect all the cocoa heads, you can't jump on the gem.
Right.
Well, there's certain gems throughout the levels that you can only access after you collect that gem. So it lends itself to going back to the level and replaying that level to go down that gem path, because certain levels, that's the only way to get all the boxes is to go down the alternate gym pass.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. I like that there's built-in replayability. And it's like, I don't know if we mentioned, like, you get these gems by smashing all of the crates in a level. So it's like, it is a big deal to smash all of the crates.
And one of the things I like that they added, and this is just because it's, with the updated consoles and the internet availability and stuff, is the time trials now. So when you go back through and do the time trials, there's an actual leaderboard. So
that's
I
cool.
can see anybody else's times on that level and see where I place against their times in order to be like, it gives it more of a competitive feel.
Are they super hacked yet? Where it's like, oh man, someone completed this in 1 millisecond.
I'm sure they are.
They eventually always do, and it fucking sucks. I hate it.
Never fails.
All right. Well, hey, we didn't talk about what happens when you don't collect all the crates in the level. They get smashed on your head at the end of the level.
And you slowly collapse the more that missed you.
They're like, hey, you did a great job, but you missed 23 crates. And then one by one, 23 crates fall on Crash Bandicoot.
I think the most I've seen is one of the temple levels where the camera, that's one of the frustrating ones where the camera will be behind you, and then it'll be in front of you, and then it'll be to the side of you. Like, it varies a little bit. But, like, I finished that one, and if you don't have the alternate gems, you can't go to the sides. And it was like, you missed 89 boxes.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, this guy's dead.
I think it would be funny if, like, it does reach a certain point where it's like, if Crash misses 100 crates and 100 crates fall on him at the end of the level, you do lose a life.
You done.
You lose.
Yeah, you just get a letter.
The game's done.
You get a letter from Naughty Dog. Please stop playing.
And PETA.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any achievements? Or any other commentary since we rolled through the bosses and gems and modes and shit?
No, I think we've kind of hit on all the points. I mean, it's really, Ben put it best for me, like, it's really a game to make your enemies play.
Yeah, I remember, Ben of Street Pizza was in the Twitch stream, and he did say on that bridge level, he's like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
It's one of those games where, like, I can definitely remember playing it all summer. Like, it's a real grindy game if you want to get all the gems and everything.
See, I like that. I like that it can be a grindy game if you want it to be. But if you don't want it to be, it works just fine.
Yeah.
I think there's really, honestly, like, that is a nice balance. And I really like that. I like the idea of the player gets to decide how they want to play this game.
There are achievements for the Insane Trilogy once it was re-released as far as on the PlayStation. I don't, Nintendo doesn't do achievements, but PlayStation does have some on there. I couldn't tell you what any of them are.
I've got a few achievements that came in from Twitch chat. I will be honest with you, since we're doing this a day early, I haven't gone through and weeded through these guys
all
yet.
Right. I don't have any either, so we can just...
So I'll just read all 6 of them. How's that?
Yeah.
I've got one. I'll come up with one.
All right. And then we'll judge them at the end. All right.
Mine will be the worst.
No, we'll judge the 6 here. Yours will be fine. You're here on the show with us. You can defend yourself.
You win.
So you win. First achievement I've got, this is coming from Ruby Baron, Paul Kluel. The achievement is Nathan Drake. And in order to unlock Nathan Drake, you need to complete the game on the hardest difficulty. And Paul includes a note in here. Note, Naughty Dog created this, as well as the Uncharted series.
They did.
Of which Nathan Drake is the protagonist. I've played one of those.
There's not a difficulty slider, though. That's one of the things, like, not to shit on your achievement, Paul, but I'm gonna. There is no difficulty. Like, it ramps up the further you get into the game, which I think is kind of nice, but it also gets kind of frustrating as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm glad that you mentioned there's no difficulty slider, because I didn't really honestly go into any options or anything like that to see if you can change the difficulty. I'm sorry, Micah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's no, it progressively ramps up till you get to the point that you want to break your controller.
Perfect. I'll make sure to play it in the handheld mode on the Switch. Sometimes playing Smash Brothers, nothing has been worse than Mario Tennis Aces, where I've literally I gotta not bend this thing in half. I can't break this over my fucking knee. I know that Bo does every time Bo plays it. Like he would break baseball bats over his knee, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
4 at a time.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's how we
I seen
pulled one
it.
of his tendons out, breaking
Yeah.
like 20 baseball bats over his knee, bundled up together. Man was a beast.
Next achievement I've got comes from Zalnop, and that achievement is Bandicooter Belmont. In order to unlock Bandicooter Belmont, you need to spin move, open 6 or more crates at once. Title by Zal, Chivo by What's Paul Playing Today.
Nice.
Shared credit on that one. Next achievement I've got comes from Doc Coyote. That achievement is Rope Fetish. In order to unlock Rope Fetish, walk only on the ropes in the bridge on the road to nowhere.
I would call that rope bunny. Rope bunny.
Rope bunny?
Yep.
I'm unfamiliar with the term rope bunny.
That's what apparently a person who is into being bound or
tied up,
bounded
I
is called a
assume,
rope
yeah.
bunny. Yeah.
Rope burns.
Rope burns.
Bunny. New subreddit I'm going to look up when I get home. Let's see. Next achievement I've got coming in hot from Doc Coyote again. This achievement is 100% Apple synchronicity. In order to unlock 100% Apple synchronicity, you need to collect all apples in a single level. I made a big deal with 100% Apple synchronicity on the stream because my audio was slightly off. And then the test, Phil pointed it out. Sandwich Whip Phil pointed it out. And when I changed it, I was like, all right, here's how I'm going to test it. Every time I pick up an apple or a Wumpa fruit in the game, I'll say, got it. And we reached 100% Apple synchronicity.
Nice.
I'm pleased to announce.
All right. Sounds like our next shirt. Perfect.
Next achievement, speaking of Sandwich Boat Phil Hawkins, comes in from him. His achievement is Bandicoot Cumberbatch. And in order to unlock Bandicoot Cumberbatch, you need to successfully get Benedict Cumberbatch to sign on to your Crash Bandicoot live-action movie.
He'd make a great voice of Crash Bandicoot.
I would love to hear him voice Crash Bandicoot.
That movie would probably look better than that Sonic the Hedgehog movie is going to look.
I like to think that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is a troll move. Like everything we've seen up to this point is like really it's a Crash Bandicoot movie, but they've just like changed him blue for the trailer or something.
I'm gonna have to take Hannah to see that just because she'll love it no matter what. So,
Yeah.
Well, granted, she didn't like the most recent The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
She did not.
She
care
was
for
very
it.
weirded out by the Grinch. She said, "I don't like his weird belly."
It's like he's fat, but he's not.
Yeah.
Last achievement I've got comes in from Zalnop, and this achievement is, hey, Crash Bandicooter Belmont, which I think he just, oh, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. He actually told me he submitted the same thing twice on accident. This one is, play Crash Bandicoot until it makes you want to go play Castlevania 3 instead. You know, the easier game.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't beat Castlevania 3. Shame on me. One of these days, man, I'll beat Castlevania 3.
good shit.
It's going to
good
be a
shit.
long time, though, I'm afraid. Micah, what's your achievement?
So in vein of Crash Bandicoot, we're going to go Crash Bandicoot ass booty shoot.
How do you unlock ass booty shoot?
That's the alternate ending where Crash gets a hold of what's the girlfriend?
Tana.
Tana. That's when he gets a hold of her and just goes to town.
All right, that's very 1996 appropriate, I feel like. Tyler, do you have any?
Nope.
All right, let's move on then. I have some questions.
Hell yeah.
I have some questions. The first question I have is, I want to know how much this game is on pricecharting.com. What's the average price you think this game is on pricecharting.com? Feel free to...
Black Label.
Ooh.
Black Label or Greatest Hits?
Ooh, let's go Black Label.
Okay.
Very good question. This game, Crash wasn't on the PS1 Classic, was it?
I mean,
No, because they just did the Insane trilogy.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I forgot they re-released it as a greatest hits though.
So Crash Bandicoot for the PlayStation loose. Micah, let's start with you.
Black Label.
Yes, he says slowly while searching up the price on the internet.
$15.37.
$15.37 from Micah. Price locked in. Forgotten. Tyler.
I'm gonna up it and say $23.12.
$23.12. Closest without going over is nobody.
Oh.
Actual price of Crash Bandicoot loose for the PlayStation at the time of this recording on pricecharting.com is $13.29. Want to take a guess how much it is new?
50.
Very close. Oops.
So No. Hang on.
Oops, I forgot Micah was playing as well.
Let me reel that one back in.
What were you going to say? It sounded like a 60 something.
Yeah, I was going to say 60 something.
You're
65.
You're both very close. $55.66. I'm blown away because I'm used to like us looking up Nintendo NES games on here and be like, new is $5,000.
Yeah, that's not for new. That's not bad.
No, not at all. I have. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Micah.
Is that new Black Label?
That is, as far as I know. It doesn't say Black Label on. It doesn't say Black Label on PriceCharting.com, but it also doesn't say Greatest Hits. So if it doesn't say Greatest Hits, I assume Black Label. I have 10 more questions, 10 more Dave-style questions.
Fuck yes.
I have a quiz that was sent in by Bovine Bear Quizmaster Matt Cowan. Would you guys like to take that?
Let's do it to it.
Nah, I'm good.
You're
See
good?
You later.
Micah, thanks for joining us. It was really good having you on. The name of this quiz is Marsupial Soup. Bandicoots are marsupials from Australia and Americas. Females carry young in pouches. He's got 10 Dave-style questions about marsupials. Question number 1. Taz of Looney Tunes fame is this type of marsupial. It's a Tasmanian devil. Let's lock that in.
There's his gimme.
Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania.
Fuck yeah, Taz with his family, his Bing Crosby father, and yeah.
I saw like maybe one episode.
Oh man, I love that cartoon.
I can't even remember what it was called. Was it Come to Tasmania?
I don't know. I just remember he had the whole Chill family. He was the other one that was
right. I watched one episode of that, and then like it was one of those where I watched it and I was like, I'm too old for this. Like I mean, it was immediately like I understand the appeal of this show, but people are gonna make fun of me if I'm watching this for sure. I wasn't embracing myself as who I was at that time. A Taz fan through and through. If you know one thing about me, Tyler, it's that I love the Tasmanian devil.
Me and Brennan had that ceramic Taz golfing statue. That
right. I remember you mentioned that on the show. My favorite Taz is when he's wearing a baseball cap backwards.
Fuck
I don't know about you.
Oh, hell yeah. Jeans backwards.
Oh, yeah. All right. Next question. Sparkster of Rocket Knight Adventures fame is this type of marsupial. That is an opossum.
All right.
An opossum.
Yeah, y'all played that game, not me.
Yeah, we played that one for Retro Gaming Monthly.
Japanese opossum.
Yeah, the Japanese possums are way cuter than the American possums. We've been over this, but it's look, it's worth saying.
Still
again.
true.
It's still very true. They're pretty much exactly the same. It's just their markings are different. We've got like the like stark white ones that are just like weird ghost demons, and then they've got pretty much the same animal, but it's got a little brown on it, and it's like, oh, that's cute.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, it really does. All right, next question. This type of marsupial is neither bear nor Kong. That is a koala bear, is my guess.
Yep.
Koala
Time back to
bear?
the game. Good job. Koala bear.
Have I mentioned
Yeah, you got me.
that as a kid, it is koala bear? We got it. As a kid, I owned every zoo book. So good luck, Matt Cowan. During the development of the original Crash Bandicoot, he was named after another type of marsupial, Willie the Wombat.
That.
All right, locking it in. Wombat! Boom! All right. Shoo, I feel good. This is a great quiz, Matt. Next question. The largest of marsupials. Kangaroo. Got it already. Often depicted as boxers in animation. Even Mickey Mouse boxed one in a 1935 movie. Kangaroo.
Yep.
Kangaroo. I'm telling you, I owned all those zoo books.
Fucking zoo books.
And look, this is
Marsupials and dinosaurs don't come into Dave's house.
Get out of here with that dinosaur shit. We got it. Next question. Rocco of Rocco's Modern Life fame is this type of marsupial.
Wallaby.
It is a wallaby. I'm locking it in.
I've never seen that.
Oh man, Rocco's Modern Life was really good.
I missed that.
Man,
that whole show.
Oh, it like had so much like shit. It had so much dirty shit that I didn't pick up on as a kid. Like he is essentially his job is a sex phone operator. Oh baby,
Yeah,
oh
I
baby,
baby,
oh
oh
baby.
baby.
I didn't have that channel. We had the we had the PBS, and that was it.
No wonder you won't get rid of cable. It's too precious now.
Yeah, for real.
I've got all the power now.
You know, honestly, like Nikki grew up without cable too, and like it was really hard to get her to cut it because I mean, I do feel like there's some.
I worked
truth
hard
in
for
that.
this.
Exactly, and it's like you're trying to take it away from me. I'm like, we don't need this. We don't need 600 channels. All right, locked in. Wallaby, yes. All right, we're in great we're in great shape. Next question. Pinstripe, the bodyguard of Dr. Neo Cortex, is a type of marsupial that's considered to be the rarest on Earth.
Oh, fuck. That was the one that looks like the fucking gangster that we said was from Who
Looks like
Framed
a
Roger
weasel.
Rabbit earlier.
I do not know this one. ZooBooks has failed me.
The rarest marsupial.
The rarest marsupial. Pinstripe. Skunk. They're not marsupials.
Naked mole rat.
Naked mole rat.
No, it starts with a P. It's
Ooh.
not because it's Pinstripe P, but maybe that's just the name.
Pinstripe P Whirl. Know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, I don't know. A pea weasel.
Weasel.
Can we pass for now?
Yeah.
Let's pass for now. I'm going to come back to it. Next question. This type of marsupial has the shortest pregnancy period of all mammals at 12 weeks. It's no wonder they made too many of his video games. All right, so it's a video game marsupial that had a bunch of video games. This wasn't in ZooBooks. I don't know. This wasn't even in 3-2-1 Contact.
I mean,
Marsupial.
what other marsupial besides Crash has video games?
Right, exactly. I mean, Sparkster, but we've already covered Sparkster, and he only has like a 3 or 4 games.
Too many.
Yeah, it's 4 too many games. I liked Rocket Knight Adventures.
Yeah, that was a lot better than Sparkster.
Have we used Crash as an answer?
We have not used a Bandicoot. Do you want to go with Bandicoot?
Yeah, we could. I mean, he's got, I guess that's 3 games. 4
He's
games,
got
the racing game.
games. He's got
Crash
some Game
Team
Boy
Racing.
games.
Yeah, all right, sure. Crash Bandicoot. Sounds good to me.
All right.
I have no better answer.
Let's log in Bandicoot. It is Bandicoot.
Good job, Micah.
Nice job, Micah.
Workshop.
I know. Yeah, we couldn't have done it. It was a team effort. Next question. This cartoon show first appeared on Disney's Raw Tunage. The name is a portmanteau using the word marsupial and a French word meaning happy. Sounds more like a word meaning cured meats. I know the answer to this question. It's Marsupilami. It's a French comic strip that was turned into an animated, very short animated series.
Right.
I'm almost
Damn.
100% positive that it's Marsupilami.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good to me.
Were you good? You good with that?
God, yeah.
All right, I'm locking it in. Marsupilami. It is Marsupilami.
Nice.
All right, man, we got to get this pinstripe fucking question. We got to 100% this. All right, last question before we have to go to the pinstripe one. During the Sydney 2000 Summer Olympics, this character was created and used as the unofficial mascot. I do not know.
I don't know that either.
It's a character that was created and used as the unofficial mascot of
Is
the...
it a wallaby?
I don't know, man. We've already had wallaby as an answer.
Have we?
Yeah, because Rocco is a wallaby. I think Matt is looking for the name of the character. It had to have been like a kangaroo or something, right? But what was the name of the kangaroo? Kanga? I don't know.
Roo.
Roo?
It probably is something stupid like Roo.
Ripper Roo from Crash Bandicoot.
I've got no clue whatsoever.
Damn it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to 100% this one.
No, I don't. I mean, what's some other fucking marsupials? We can't have that many left, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably we do.
I
Pinstripe.
don't know that many marsupials.
Well, we don't know the answer to the Sydney 2000 Olympics question.
What's a lemur?
A lemur?
What's a lemur?
I think a lemur is like a lemur.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly.
What's that fucking song? God damn it. Sits in the old bone tree, the house you can see. Stop, Koopa stop. Is that a marsupial?
I think capybara is a rodent. I think it's the world's
the world's
biggest
largest rodent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So I was trying to think of that too.
PBS, you feel me?
I want a refund.
Myra the bee.
Maya the Bee. Man, I remember getting so furious whenever I'd see Maya the Bee, and I do not know why. It was just an assault to my senses. Whenever it's like, Maya the Bee, get this shit out of here.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. I mean, you just want to take a guess? Roo? Kanga?
Roo rat.
Roo Rat. Locking it in.
Roo Rat.
Roo Rat. Brought to you by Tyler's sleep medication.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
You are feeling it. I can tell. You're like rocking back and
Yep.
forth a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. The answer is Fatso, the fat arsed wombat. All right.
Okay.
They did say unofficial. The question did say unofficial mascot.
Yeah, I guess. Well, so is Roo Rat the big dick fuck. He's also the unofficial mascot for the Atlanta Olympics back in like '92.
Roo Rat, sponsored by Vegemite Big Dick Aussie. Okay, so the question we skipped was Pinstripe, the bodyguard of Dr. Neocortex, is a type of marsupial that's considered to be the rarest on Earth. I do not know the answer to that question.
It starts with a P. That's all I got. Pooty poo.
A pooty poo. Locking it in. A pooty poo. I remember seeing that one at
Pooty
Zoo
Tang. Pooty Tang.
You're pretty close. It's Potoroo.
All right.
That's what I said.
Pooty Roo. That is an animal I have never heard of.
Yeah, same here.
A Potoroo. That's
8.5.
it.
All right.
We got 80%.
That's pretty good.
Half credit.
That's way better than we've done on most of Matt's quizzes. So.
That is very true. Matt, excellent quiz. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Tyler.
That is,
Yes,
we did better than I thought.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I have some important questions for you. Two more. Just two more. Hang in there, baby. You're like the kitten on the clothesline, a very sleepy kitten. At any moment, you're gonna drop.
Boom.
We don't know what's down below.
Hey, I'm not at board game episode yet, so.
That is true. You're not literally asleep yet. We don't know what's at the bottom of that poster. And the hang in there poster.
Yeah,
You don't know what's at the below that. What's
You
down
don't.
there?
It could be anything. Could be open arms.
Could
or,
be.
Or hell. You don't know.
I could probably hell. It's probably hell. Before we
Schrodinger's poster.
Yeah. Is the poster here or is it not here? The answer is the poster's never alive, actually. Before we close things out, I've got the most important questions on the show. The first of which being, Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be and why?
I have to give it the furry white beard of Cat Mario.
Cat Mario, another
Cat
game we need to
Mario.
do an episode on.
You're damn right.
With hashtag more Miller.
Hell yes, with Miller.
We've been talking about doing that for years. We need to do that.
Yep.
I want that to be a Twitch stream. I'm not even
man,
involved.
with Miller?
No, I'm
Or
not
just
there.
Miller
It's
playing it?
just Miller playing Cat Mario.
God, that would be good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'll get him 21 beers and everything.
What's the goddamn cat doing? Oh, fuck.
That's probably the closest we'll ever get to.
Dave, why'd you do this shit to me?
Yeah, that is 100% going to be said. That's about as close as we're ever going to get to Cooter Belmont being a real life thing. Is getting Miller super drunk to play Cat Mario for the internet. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I have another question for you. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would have to give it not my current pair of glasses because I got a new pair,
Right.
but my old pair of glasses.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Why is that? You crashed into things a lot?
Yeah, well, they still look good, and they were mostly functional, but they were sort of broken, and it was difficult to wear. It wasn't super fun. It got the job done. So,
kinda like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I won't have a link in the show notes to your old glasses.
I just put a picture of my glasses on the floor.
Are they for sale? Can you sell?
Oh, shit.
How much you want to sell your old glasses for?
$10.
Man, that's pretty cheap. All right. Someone who needs glasses can knock the lenses out of there, and they got some nice frames.
Yep.
$10. It's yours,
There you
listener.
go.
Send a money order to TADPOG, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box, whatever.
Yep. If you guess right, you can have them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is. Not only do you have to send $10 to a random P.O. Box in Paducah.
You'll probably hit up with glasses.
Yeah, it'll happen. That's pretty much it.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Micah.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. Thanks for having me back on.
Let's see. So you missed the next episode. Well, we talked about it for a while. I think we're gonna do Smart Ball for the SNES.
Smart Ball.
Smart Ball.
Smart Ball. I'm sure everyone out there has heard of this game.
Oh yeah, Smart Ball.
Smart Ball for the SNES, you say? The Super Nintendo Entertainment System?
Yeah.
Okay. Do my parents need to help me hook that one up? Or-
Probably.
Okay. All right. I'll call my dad.
Hey, we have some hot sauces because we had Mike on. I didn't want to try it. Plus, my stomach is pretty fucked up today. But we have hot sauces from Faceful of Alien Wing Wong. We're going to try soon. If you want to send us a package like he did, like Link has with this, I took a sip of this alcohol and I was like, nope, my stomach's too fucked up for that too.
Yikes. Okay.
So,
Yeah, believe it or not, we're not drunk.
yeah, I would have already been asleep.
Yeah.
So it's like, this accelerates and intensifies the effect of my sleeping medication.
Oh,
So,
yeah, alcohol, 100%. Yeah.
So if you want to send something, you can send it to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Or if you want to call us, leave a voicemail, 270-883-2555. Instagram, TADPOG_podcast.
Yep. We're on Facebook. Just search for TADPOG. We're on Twitter. Just search for TADPOG. Thanks to everybody who shares and retweets those episode announcements. That's really cool. I stream on Twitch every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. If you want to come and hang out, help with achievements and stuff, that would be cool. And also, we have a Patreon. And I'd like to take a moment to thank some people who have recently donated. Micah, I think you're on this list.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Choo-choo. If you want to be cool like Micah, you can go to patreon.com/tadpog. Donate at least $1 on there, and you'll get bonus episodes that we do monthly. I mean, we try to do it as we try to do it once a month. But we've got we just recently, as part of 6 months ago, I think we reached $500 on Patreon.
Yep.
And the goal was to do a photo shoot with waifu pillows that had been sent in by, I believe that Kana sent those to us. We have done that.
Yeah.
I want to repeat, we have done that. That happened this past weekend.
It is finished.
It is finished. We're waiting on the edited photographs. Once those are done, they are going to be posted on the Patreon page. So if you are a donor there, you will get to see them. I do ask, and I'll put this in the post, that if you are a Patreon donor, please keep those photographs private because
Yep.
Because dicks are out.
Because dicks are 100% out. Yeah.
Dicks are out for hombre.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have my I do have my gorilla body pillow that I should have brought. my Harambe body pillow. That has to exist.
Yeah.
That absolutely has to exist. But anyway, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody who has recently donated to us on Twitter. On Patreon.
Donate to us on Twitter.
You want to send me money on
Just
Twitter?
tweet us saying $5.
Oh my God! I'm yeah. $5.
You got that cam girl link?
Yeah, I do. My free cams. You can find me on I'm on Twitch on Sunday nights. I'm on my free cams on Friday nights.
My free cams /Tadpog.
It's just me watching Twitch on my free cams.
It's just somebody jerking off onto a Tadpog shirt.
You like baby? You like baby?
No,
Excuse.
I want you to do that and just you be you eating a bag of barbecue baked lays in like an old T-shirt.
A very big T-shirt. Essentially, the Tweety Bird. The XXL
Tweety Bird that Ryan got us. Yeah, just
dirty
T-shirt. Baked
T-shirt.
lays of that.
Yeah, I'm eating Cool Ranch Doritos, actually. I'd like to thank Exalted Lord Mike of Perdue for upping his donation by 1 penny, riding that penny train. Thank you, Micah. And I'd also like to thank Keith Rains for upping his donation. He didn't up it by a penny, but Keith, I appreciate it, so here you go anyway.
Woo.
And that is it.
If everybody got on the penny train, that would be a lot of pennies.
That'd be a whole lot of
Hell yeah, it
pennies.
would.
How many donors do you have? Do you know offhand?
Not offhand. I'd have to pull it up. At one point we had I don't know, like
there
9.
are 5 of us.
Yeah, we had 5 people. It's pretty much Alex. It's Alex Pena, Keith Rains, and then you, Micah. That's pretty much, and cousin David. That's pretty much what we're rolling with. So if you want your name added to that list of 4 people, then feel free to join us on Patreon.com. Just kidding. I think we got at one point we had I don't know, man, 90 people, something like that. It's somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that's 1 penny. a penny an episode will get you like
Almost a dollar.
Another dollar.
Yeah, $1 an episode, that'd be fucking amazing.
So, Micah,
what's the next tier? Or what's the not next tier? What's the next reward?
what's the next big goal?
Penguin Jenkum at like 10,000.
I don't think we'll have to consult Sandwich Pope Phil. I think he is keeping the records on that. I do not know.
There should be a pizza at some point, right?
Oh, yeah, we passed the
Deadpool pizza. Yeah, and we also owe everybody a poop in the ocean.
We'll do that. Could be our good My Free Cams where Dave and I split a Deadpool pizza. Just sit there.
While
And,
pooping in the ocean.
Yeah, let's knock all these out at once. while doing a penguin jinkum. I do think one of the Patreon goals was literally to buy a penguin. So
yeah, we'll do that first to get the Jinkum. You're right.
I mean, and I think
It's a process, Tyler. Jesus Christ.
I think let's reboot Breaking Bad, but it's us making penguin jinkum. Breaking Sad.
Gotta properly clean the penguin first. All these other penguin jiggins, they're dirty ass penguins. You're an award winning because of all your zoo books. You're really good.
Oh yeah, right. That's like on a consult constantly. There's an episode where I lose my penguin zoo books and I'm freaking out. And we got to break.
Because you're the Walt and I'm the Jesse. Because I'm very street smart. So you can't.
You're zoo smart. Come on. You're zoo smart. I'm zoo book smart. That was so bad. Let's end this episode. I can't believe I'm laughing at that shitty joke. You're zoo smart. I'm zoo book smart. Let's repeat it.
No. Fan art of Breaking Sad, please.
Oh man, speaking of fan art,
Those posters, though.
God, Jonathan Wilson, man.
Oh, hell
made
yes.
some fucking posters that are amazing. There's 3 variations that he did, a green one, a red one, and a blue one. We're going to sell them. And he said that because he's overseas, he can't donate to Patreon.
We're going to sell them and help him get fucking back to America. He's stuck. He's stuck over there.
We're working on a way to get.
We're going to get him over the wall, get him back.
That fucking wall. Is that how that works?
So he did an amazing job. He posted some photographs of it on the TADPOG Nation Facebook group. Join us there if you want to check them out. Or if you don't, then maybe you'll see them whenever we figure out a way that we can sell them online. I may print some out and bring some to the Louisville Arcade Expo.
That'd be great.
Because
the TADPOG Nation group, where if you stream spam, I will delete you.
Yeah, Micah, thanks for being a mod on there, along with Phil and Drew. And I guess that's it. I guess we did an episode, y'all.
Our theme song is Moved by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track behind in the show notes at tadpog.com.
Mm-hmm.
Micah, how you want to close this one out?
I don't know. That's probably something I should have thought about beforehand. Huh?
That's all right. We'll wait.
Yeah.
I will say before we close, just touching on prom coming up. If anybody, like, reservations are in and firm and everything else, but
So firm.
if anybody last minute tries to want to go, just send me a message.
Oh God,
I'll try to.
Send me a message.
I
Not
know.
politely tell you to fuck off.
You just opened the fucking door, dude.
I know, but
I don't want to get a message tomorrow night being like, "Can you please edit that out?"
No,
edit
I
that
wanted
shit
to
out.
send me a message. They say, "Hey, can I go?" No, fuck off. I said it was closed.
no, but it continues to get bigger and bigger, and I continue to complain about how much I hate fucking dealing with it because it continues to get bigger and bigger, and then my anxiety kicks into overdrive, and then I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to have enough to do. Oh my God, there's too many people. Oh my God.
Dude, don't even worry about that, man. I mean, like, there's so much to do. It's all good. It's going to be a lot of fun this year, and it is cool.
I mean, we're up to like 20, what did I tell you the other day? 27, 28 rooms, something like that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jesus.
It's wild.
It's getting ridiculous, and that's not counting like people that have been there in the past, like Tyler and Melissa not being able to come this year.
Who?
No one important.
No.
Like there's people that aren't coming this year that have been in previous years. So you've got like if everybody, it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger. Like we made the joke the other day, but at some point, like between you guys' show and Nerdy Thursday, those twinks over at Nerdy Thursday.
Twink and a bear.
Do you know a twink is a marsupial? it's the second rarest marsupial.
It's a Slavic marsupial. But between Nerdy Thursday, Experience Grind, MacTac, Street Pizza, like all those
Hops
other
and
guys,
Heroes.
Hops and Heroes. Like we have enough people at this point, like we could almost have our own expo. Like that's been a running joke, but it legitimately could happen at some point.
What's nice about meeting up at the Louisville Arcade Expo, having prom at Louisville Arcade Expo is even if we don't have anything going on, there is that expo to fall back on, which is really nice. Even though I know a lot of people aren't even buying badges to the expo this year. So
Next year we just have 30 people camp in my backyard and just day drink. It'll be great.
yeah, that actually doesn't sound too bad. Is that an invitation?
The TADPOG Music Festival.
You've got a big backyard.
Yeah, I can fit 30 tents.
We should do that.
Got that 6-car garage. Turn that out. The TADPOG Festival.
TADPOG, big old TADPOG fuck room is what we'll call it.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's continuing to grow. So I don't want anybody to feel left out. Like I'm going to be a dick about it and be like, no, I've already made reservations. But really, like if you wait last minute, I'm going to try to get you worked in. So don't not message me.
Well, thanks for organizing everything, man. It's really cool of you.
I just, I prefer my hand jobs with lotion.
I'll let everyone else know.
All right, princess.
I call dibs on Phil.
Man, you're about to say 28 rooms. That is quite the Phil Bukake. I'm sad I'm not going to be there.
I'm sorry, Bulbasaur.
Everybody edge for a week and eat nothing but asparagus.
Yeah. Bulbasaur, your husband's coming back. A different man. So, Micah, how do you want to close it out?
Like the tiki mask?
All right.
I don't even know how to do that.
Right.
Nope.
I don't know how to do that.
Hey, that's how this works.
Yeah, we can do it.
I don't even remember what the tiki mask is. I just fucking brain fart.
A Wooda Baga.
Okay. Okay, I got this. I don't have this.
No, me neither. It's fine. We're going to be good.
Right.
We'll do this together. It's like a pool party. No one wants to take their shirt off first. So let's all do it together.
It's a big Doug funny pool party.
Thank you. Man, that episode of Doug's so good.
Yeah, because it was like speaking to my inner self.
Yep.
All right.
Too many episodes of Doug spoke to my inner self. Way too many.
Doug and Hoarders. So until next time.
That's not my purse. I don't know you.
That's a show.
I'm going to try to, not eat or drink. That's going to be the hard part.
Not eating.
Yeah, so if y'all have anything to open, you can just do that, and I'll just sit here and eat my soup while you do that and act like I'm participating.
We do have something to open, but I don't know what's in it. I don't think it's soup.
I hope Bill
I've
sent
got-
us a package of soup.
I can get some good Foley work on the soup slurping.
Perfect. Soup eating Foley. We'll put that in quotes.